It's 8:53. We're going back to the 80s now.
We are. Yeah, we are. Thereza Bazar was one half of the 80s pop group Dollar, and now more than 40 years after releasing popular singles such as Mirror Mirror, she's hitting the stage once more for a UK tour. Let's take a listen at some of her greatest hits.
Brilliant. Well, Thereza's here on the sofa this morning. Good morning. Welcome to you.
Good morning.
And welcome home, because you've literally just flown in from Australia.
I have. I arrived yesterday and it does feel like coming home. I'm pretty excited.
Quite a long journey, though. Not disrupted by the delays.
No, I'm so lucky. I didn't even know they were happening, and I got to the hotel at 7:30 and was watching you guys. And I'm thinking, oh, my gosh, I'm so lucky that we just landed and Manchester Airport is very quiet. Now I understand why.
Yeah, well, it's
poor people. I hope
you.
they get home soon. Really must be very tough.
Yeah, it's great to have you here.
Yes, and so exciting that you've got this new tour coming up. How are rehearsals going? Because has it been a while?
About 40 years, but we're not really counting. Rehearsals, even though I was in Sydney and the band, they're all Northerners and we're rehearsing in Leeds, they're amazing. And just to be working with a live band, which we never, as Dollar, we never got the opportunity to really do that. We were sort of the cash cows of the record companies. Every day was a different city or a different country doing lots of television. And we never really got to do touring.
Because it sounds to me from what I've read that you weren't really sure what you were getting into when you first broke through. I mean, you knew you were entering the pop industry, but it was an eye-opener.
I didn't really know what I was doing. I was such a child, and I really didn't even know much about pop music, and then I sort of fell in love with pop and had the most amazing opportunities. Lots of hard work, but I believe you can sort of create your luck, so it was really, really good.
But I suppose you weren't necessarily reading the contract, you didn't know what you were signing up to, or the rights, or all that kind of thing. It's a very different business then, wasn't it, from that?
Very different, and we were manipulated, and you just had to be very polite, and especially being a young woman.
Yeah.
It was so sexist, and you know, you just had to really behave. And you know, I was thought of as fluff, basically, fluff, and then we were called cheesy and a lot worse. And I kept thinking, but people are buying our records. I think they like us. But it was tough.
How did you handle the criticism at the time? It's not easy hearing those kind of words.
No, I was very vulnerable. I used to watch our television performances hiding behind the sofa, and I kind of would be going like that, going, oh, maybe that's okay. And then I'd go, why did I choose to wear that dress? Because you didn't have an entourage. You didn't have anybody to dress you, help you choose. You just did it all by yourself. You know?
So touring now, you can kind of reclaim it. You can do it as you want to do it, in your own terms.
Well, there's a thing about ageing, you see, and kind of it all started with COVID, and someone asked me to write a book, and I thought, no, who'd want to read about me? And I undid Pandora's box with all the music and all the silly antics, and I kind of thought, it's a pretty good story, but what's the ending? And then I thought about, but that's me, and I'm not dead yet, so what? Am I got a 97-year-old mother? So I might have, I'm 68. So, I mean, and I sort of stuttered when I got to my 60s, and now I'm very proud of it. And I'm thinking, we kind of stop ourselves because of our age, and so for me, part of the tour is reconnecting, meeting with people, and kind of banging the drum and saying, it doesn't matter how old you are, don't put off what you want to do. Just get on with it.
Banging the drum in the most fabulous shoes. Can we just try and get these on camera?
Banging shoes.
Banging shoes. They go very well with our glitter ball here.
I didn't know about the Christmas theme.
and our Christmas item as well.
I didn't know, but it's
But
great.
I tell you what made me laugh is, and you sort of pointed out that sort of, you know, during COVID, everyone was sort of padding around in slippers and things. So everyone has had to sort of, you know, re-emerge in some ways. And for you, you know, you've got to be back on stage sort of in shoes like that? It's quite a thing after 41 years.
It's quite a thing. I've been jumping up and down in my bedroom with heels on, thinking, are my hips going to be okay? Am I going to be able to stand? Because you just don't know. I mean, I run around in trainers like mostly we do. Very fun. It is funny, but I have to say I've met some fantastic people along the way already. Actually was having a conversation with a radio station not very far from here, and the local mayor, Madam Mayor, because I asked her, she was coming on, it was live. We ended up having this incredible chat, and she said, I said, do you know who I am? She said, of course I do. I said, you don't have to say you like our music. She goes, I love you. I said, do you want to come to Burnley? Because we're doing a show there. She said, I'm coming. You know, it's just...
Oh, wow.
The people
nice.
that you're meeting, it's more about community. I love community radio, hospital radio. And I wanted to ask you one of the other things. It's a very strange life that we lead, that I've got a partner in Sydney who has a neurological degenerative disease, which is really hard and very sad to live through that. And at the same time, I'm planning a very sparkly pop party tour, which is a bit crazy. But the thing is, if you're a carer, you have to care about yourself to be able to care for others, which is so important.
Absolutely.
And so, as my favourite word is serendipitous. It's my favourite word, and I've been introduced to this charity called Different Strokes, that is a British charity.
Thereza, just stay there for 1 second. I just have to tell our viewers at home that it is 8:59 and you're watching BBC Breakfast. That's where the BBC News Channel opt away from us, and we stay here on BBC One. Thank you for staying with us, everybody. So yeah, I mean, it sounds like this is a huge moment in your life, both personally and professionally, as a performer and as a carer.
It really, really is to try and make right all the opportunities that I missed back in the 80s when we were so busy, we didn't have a chance. And so now I want to be able to give something back. It probably sounds cheesy, but it's not meant to be. It's meant to be completely sincere.
Don't apologise for cheesy.
No,
we love cheese here. We're all about the cheese here.
We say in unison.
You've come to the right place. And some people are asking, are you performing on your own? You've mentioned a band. You're not performing with David Van Day, who you were in Dollar with.
No, that is a divorce that is now completely gone. Much water under the bridge. And so I've got this great new singing partner called Stephen Fox, who is just, he's got the most incredible voice. He's so organised, he's so professional, he's so creative. And the band are all really good. So it's a live show. It's more a musical journey, but it's a sparkly pop party. So if you're going to come, you've got to put something sparkly on.
I've got boots just like that.
You know what? I actually do.
I bet you have.
I actually do. Oh, then you're invited to come. Of course you are. So it's going to be such fun.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Thereza Bazar, thank you so much for coming in. Fantastic to
Thank
have you
you.
here. And Thereza's UK tour starts on the 20th of September.